Is there someone with a phone on?
Yes.
It would be lovely for you to silence that. Thank you. Well, welcome, and just know that I am not Zoe, I am Donna. Zoe is ill, and so I got to find out about this at 7:30 this morning. We are the Rogue Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, better known as RUF, here in Ashland, Oregon. And I'm a part of RUF. Okay, these are Zoe's words, but I think they're great. I'm a part of RUF because this beloved community provides friendship and support for my personal growth and for my desire to work for a better world. We are happy to welcome you to our service, both online and in person. We want to especially thank the members of the stream team who are helping make the online service happen, and the members of the neighborhood team who welcome the on-site congregation and provide coffee hour. We invite you to sign up for our mailing list on rvuuf.org. You will receive a weekly email that gives you all the information you need to make your decision about whether you'd like to join us on Sunday morning on site or online. You will also learn about other wonderful things going on at RUF. And now we have an announcement from Jan Waite.
I'm Jan Waite. I'm part of the Fund Committee, and we're having our annual potluck dinner here. It's here on Thanksgiving Day, and you do need to sign up and tell us what you plan to bring so that we don't have all desserts. And we have just enough chairs for everybody, so nobody sits by themselves. For new people, this is for the RUF congregation and their guests. For new people, we cannot invite the public because we don't have an approved kitchen and we really don't have the space. So sign up. I'll be out in the lobby, and we'd like to see you here. It's quite fun. Oh, entertainment. If you have something fun you'd like to do for us, that would be great too.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you.
We are glad you are with us for this service, and we invite you to join us in our mission, embracing diversity, empowering connection, and engaging in the work. For those of you who are new this morning, we want you to know that our minister, Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, is currently on his sabbatical leave. In his absence, we have a task force that is coordinating our Sunday services, featuring interesting speakers and interactive opportunities. Stay tuned for some great Sundays ahead. We begin each service by acknowledging that our building is built on land that began as sacred land shared by the Cow Creek, Umpqua, Takelma, Shasta, and Lagawa people. We remind ourselves that Indigenous people are part of our communities and continue to experience the effects of colonization. We are committed to fighting for the worth and dignity of Indigenous people, both in our community and around the world. These services are a part of that work. Welcome, and thank you for being with us.
Good morning. I'm Julie Crooks, your Director of Music here, and it is my pleasure and privilege to be part of this service at ROOF. Oh, Donna is left-handed. I forgot she goes the other way. And to add my welcome to Donna. I'm so glad you've made time to be with us here. We light our chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with words by Alice Anacheka Nosman. In a time of uncertainty, when everything around us is changing constantly, each day new developments, rising numbers, changing guidelines, when the world we live in suddenly seems upside down and topsy-turvy, we light our chalice to remind ourselves of our grounding in our faith. We remember that the flaming chalice came into being as a beacon of hope during World War II, a secret symbol that offered help. In the midst of it all, we wrap ourselves in the warm light of a familiar flame, a reminder of the strength that emerges when we come together in community. Please join me now in our opening hymn, number 112. Do you
Good morning. Good morning. And now they're calling him Brown. When political and media opponents talk about the mayor-elect of New York, a young Muslim man, specifically Shia 12er, of South Asian ancestry, whose paternal side includes South Asians who lived in Uganda
and whose mother is from India, Hindu, and a world-renowned film director, when those opponents talk about him, they seem to slap on more labels related to identity, more othering, than I have heard applied to most people in politics. There is nothing new about nasty labeling of New York City politicians, or those of any American jurisdiction. There have been swipes at ethnicity, religion, and in the case of Black people, skin color, for generations. The first Irish-American mayor of New York was William Russell Grace, a true rags to riches success story, who served 2 non-consecutive terms in the 1880s. He was also the first Catholic and was much more abused for his religion than for his origins in the Irish famine. The first Black mayor of New York, David Dinkins, who served from 1990 to 1993, faced a continuing backlash against Black people in politics, dating back to support for civil rights during the administration of the earlier mayor, much earlier, John Vliet Lindsay, an elite Euro-American. The current mayor-elect is labeled not only for his politics, he's a politician, but also for the nationality of his ancestors, emphasizing the Muslim side, not the Hindu, for his religion, and he is called brown. People from many other parts of the world are lumped under brown, despite the lack of cultural connection or shared language, although many of them have experienced colonialism in the ancestral era and the consequences today. When the label comes from at various levels that Caucasians were the people from the Indian subcontinent or South Asia, Central Asians, Middle Easterners, and Europeans. It wasn't clear how this applied to North Africa, but that area was sometimes included. It seemed big and meaningless, but at least it did not specify skin color or colors. And now brown may be becoming normalized in the media and political discourse. The current federal administration's rumblings about not sending federal funds to New York City in order to set the new mayor up for failure may be no more than bluster, or there may be a deliberate effort to take advantage of existing structures and policies to punish him and the people who elected him, just because he's who he is. Sound familiar? The quashing of Reconstruction after the Civil War, redlining, using structures for racialized purposes. Please, think about it.
It is our practice each time we gather to light a candle for peace. We take this moment to call to mind our commitment to peace of mind, peace in our homes, peace in our communities, and peace in the world. Today's words are from Sarah Eileen Lawal. Out of the flames of fear, we rise with courage of our deepest convictions to stand for justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith with hope to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt, we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate, we rise with the force of love, love that celebrates our shared humanity. Out of the flames, we rise.
story this morning. The children are welcome to stay if you'd like, but if you are on your way to religious explorations, we're going to sing you out. So here we go. May our eyes be open to learning. May our lips bring peace into the world. May our hearts call love and your hands to the work of justice. As you go your way in peace. As you go your way in peace.
Today's reading is from Jeffrey A. Lockwood. There is no such thing as a lasting peace, a tranquility that will resist forever, a final resting place for the lion and the lamb. We yearn for the completion of our task, the fulfillment of our striving, the consummation of our journey. And this longing sows the seeds of our defeat. We aspire to solve conflicts. We ache to be done with the hard work of life. We pine for the day in which an everlasting peace prevails. In believing that the purpose of a peace movement lies in securing an outcome, in reaching an amicable conclusion, in attaining a serene world, we assure our own frustration, our own futility, and ultimately our own failure. But as much as we hope that peacemaking will replace warmongering, as much as we hope to live at a critical point in human history, as much as we dream of a glorious conversion of society, we must understand that while epiphanies may change souls, they rarely change the world. To know what we can do, to understand what the world needs of us, we must look into the eyes of the frightened soldier and the terrified child. But to sustain our work, we must look inside ourselves. There we shall find the understanding that the endless labor of life is not about changing the world, but about creating ourselves. We cannot make the world peaceful, but neither can the world make us hopeless.
We're going to sing another song right now. Our centering, please remain seated for this one, is Around. And when I see as many people out there as I do. What number? Thank you. 1023. When I see as many people as I do out here, I've decided we're going to do it in 4 parts. So this is going to be part. Now come on. This is going to be part 1. This is going to be part 2. This is going to be part 3, and this is going to be part 4. Y'all know this, so it's not very hard. We're going to sing it one time all together, and then we're going to sing, when you break into parts, each one of your sections will sing it through twice. So it'll keep going this way. And Jane's going to play it with us the first time. Ready, and building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet. We'll keep it a little bit faster, otherwise we'll die. Ready, and building bridges between our divisions. I'm building bridges between our divisions. Building bridges between our divisions. Building bridges between our divisions. Reach out to you, will you reach out to me? I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? For those of you who were here for my last music service when I talked about using your own voice, that's what I meant. So today, our speakers are the co-founders of the Ashland Culture of Peace Commission. David Wick and Irene Kai have brought the seeds of a culture of peace from their years of work with Pathways to Peace and the Oregon Peace Trail. David Wick, a lifelong peace builder, has led visionary initiatives at the UN, Stanford, Rotary, and global civil society networks that unite business, diplomacy, and communities for peace. David is known for inspiring collaboration and translating bold visions of peace into practical impact. In 1983, David helped launch the United Nations NGO Pathways to Peace, which had assisted the adoption of the UN's International Day of Peace in 1981. He has been a leader in organizing the celebration of the International Day of Peace since 1984. Irene Kai's creative leadership continues to shape local and global efforts towards peace. As a longtime supporter of peace initiatives, Irene designed the logo for the Culture of Peace Initiative, a United Nations peace messenger organization, and her inspiring Peace Dove image hangs in the United Nations building in New York City. She was also instrumental in bringing the World Peace Flame to Ashland, Oregon, now enshrined in the Thalden Pavilion at Southern Oregon University as a beacon of inspiration for generations to come. Please welcome David Wick and Irene Kai. I'm going to give you my seat, whoever is not speaking.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, I'm delighted to be here with you. And I'm going to share with you, it's not just information, it's an invitation. It's a significant invitation personally and as your UU organization, which is very important. I'm going to be talking about, basically, it's a Peace on Earth by 2030 moonshot. And it aligns with everything you've expressed thus far, being together. Actually, I want to watch my timing too. And there's a bigger picture that's unfolding here. And you have the opportunity to be one of the very important pillars of what locally, the statewide, nationally, and internationally. What I'm going to be talking about is the inspiration, the original inspiration, by David Gershon. David Gershon was the originator and organizer of the 1986 First Earth Run that was carrying a torch around the world, literally around the world, to countries around the world, and to create the consciousness of peace. And it worked with UNICEF and with Reagan and Gorbachev, and they all were aligned with this and saying yes, and in every country that it went to, they stopped the hostilities, literally. And from that experience, and from the experiences since then, David got deep understanding about social change and the impact, as well as tipping points. There's tipping points in terms of people's engagement, people's consciousness that have a larger impact. That's what we're going to be talking about. He also wrote a book called Social Change 2.0. It's not just events, but it's a sustained change. And this is all that I'm going to be talking about is based upon that. So in your you received this information in your flyer. And this is about the Oregon Peace Trail. And the Oregon Peace Trail is brand new. It's in development. And the inspiration is the peace trails can become from Oregon City up near Portland to Ashland and the World Peace Flame. And Irene will talk more about that. But that's the intention, is the inspiration coming from the work of this moonshot. So there's several components of this moonshot, which I'm going to tell you about, and which resulted, and one of the results is the Oregon Peace Trail. So think about walking a trail in your own life, currently or in the past, and what has that experience been? Intentionally walking a trail with inspiration, with personal introspection, doing that with friends, just all the joy and the walking the trail can mean. So we're doing something that has larger implications than just personal, but that's a key part of it, absolutely key part of it. So what we're going to be doing is talking again about the initiative of this has come through Rotary. I'm a Rotarian with a Rotary Club of World Peace, working with other Rotarians, and this is where the inspiration comes from. Are there any other Rotarians in here? The local Rotarians. There are. So we have 2 clubs here in Ashland. So everyone can contribute and be part of this trail. So the intention is it can be walked, that it can be biked, part can be driven. So it is a journey that we are starting upon. And the components of this is a peace game, and that you play and engage in yourself, as well as engaging with the community, creating a peace zone here in Ashland, which we have in large components of. I want to be very clear that this also is aligned with your Unitarian Universalist vision, an open community practicing compassion, nurturing spirit, living justice, and protecting the earth. This also is very hand in glove in many ways with your 7 principles that you have. And the strive, our behavior is influenced by our values and not based simply on what we believe, on the values. So that what we're talking about are values. And the infrastructure, the structure of this is a trail, is a peace trail. So this entity where we sit right now is a structure. So we need to create various structures to learn, to grow, and to do this together. So again, this very much reflects your 7 principles. This alignment, again, with the peace game. The peace game is something that you participate individually, and the way it is set up is with a team of people. And these principles that you focus on once a week is empowerment, oneness, unity, cooperation, abundance, love, and faith. So how aligned is that with what you do already, with what you bring into the community? So this is very much part of who you are. The peace zone, I'll read this here. A peace zone increases individual and community well-being through the peace game's informative process. It engages community members and organizations in the peace game. It weaves together the social fabric of the community through establishing peace practices along the communities, with the community's residents, combine the power of the civic, public, and private sectors to cooperate in the common good. A community is transformed into the peace zone. So the idea is with the peace trail, and the hub core of that is set up as the Rotary clubs along the peace trail route from Oregon City to Ashland. And it is engaging the community. So what we have the opportunity here as the Unitarian Church that you have the opportunity to really begin bringing the faith-based focus to engage with this, not only the trail, and we're going to be establishing. It's in development, as I had mentioned, but become part of the engagement of the peace game, as well as the influencing the community. So it very much is like, what are the needs in the community that you are addressing to be the peace zone? So this has been established. Not only is it inspirational within Oregon, it has also inspired other places in the United States and other regions who are saying, we want to do that too. It also has inspired other countries in the UK, in India, other places. We want to do that too. So even though we're not off and running, but we are seen as the core, we're seen as the hub of this. So again, it is coming from Morgan City to Ashland. And it is going to be an invitation for all of us to participate in one way or another. So this is, again, an invitation to your congregation here, your covenant, to participate and be part of this. Now, on the back of this, there's information where you can go to the website, information about the Peace Trail and what that looks like. So the focus here is once we get this up and running, we can do that in Southern Oregon itself. We don't have to wait for the whole trail to be established. And that's what we're looking at, working with the various Rotary clubs. It can be from Central Point to Ashland and engaging in the trail here and really establishing our presence. So what we can be doing here is, as you say in your program, is this fellowship shall become known for its vitality, warmth, and transformative energy. This is a transformative opportunity. This is a moonshot. This is a big deal. So Irene.
It is really beyond my wildest dreams that I am here today, standing here to share my expressions with you. I'm an immigrant. I came to New York City when I was 15. Did not speak English, don't know anything. I was just plopped into New York City, and I have to learn a whole new culture and language. So every day when I do something, I do it the Chinese way or the American way, because if I do it a certain way, I was wrong and disowned by my family if I do it like the Americans. If I do everything in the Chinese way, the American would look at me saying that, you are weird. So what I did, and I know this in my heart, and I don't just believe it, everyone innately knows what is right and wrong in our hearts. Action is a choice. But when we make that choice every day in our action, I come from my heart. Then I know if I do that, I'm okay. So, New York City, by the way, Wendy, it is amazing. It's an amazing place that it is cosmopolitan, but still, it is no secret. This country's culture at large is very racist. So, in 1972, by chance, someone gave me a ticket to Madison Square Garden for a concert. I had no idea. But John Lennon and Yoko Ono came on stage and he sang Imagine. With my limited English understanding, each word goes straight to my heart, and it changed my life. That is where I come from, every waking hour, because I'm also an internationally trained artist. So I understand when we imagine, we can put it into form. I act from what I feel and hope, and I bring it to action. So peace is not an abstract idea. Peace is a practice. We consciously choose to act, to think what we are doing, to make the choice from our heart. We uplift each other above the chaos, the sufferings, and just be with each other, the sisterhood and brotherhood of human beings, and really embrace each other above the chaos and suffering. And then 28 years ago, I came to Ashland. I was an immigrant. I didn't know anything about the history of this country. And I started to learn about the Native Americans. And I also found out Ashland is the endpoint of the railroad. And they had the Golden Spike celebration of completing the railroad. And I also know from my family history, the railroad laborers were my friends and families of my ancestors. We are from the same village, the same area. So learning about the natives' Trail of Tears, and also I know from living here for 50 years, the Chinese were chased underground because the sundown law was all over the country. It's not just Oregon. We have underground cities, and I toured one in Los Angeles. It was amazing to experience the hardship that my ancestors have gone through. So also, by chance, 10 years ago, I went to the UK, and my daughter said, oh, let's go to Wales. We want to visit the Snowdonia Park. I said, great. And by chance, I came across the original World Peace Flame Monument. And the World Peace Flame Foundation has many monuments in the world. And the first one in North America is at Memphis, Tennessee, in Martin Luther King's museum, the Civil Rights Museum. That's the World Peace Flame in that museum. And the one, when I saw the World Peace Flame Monument in Wales, I was so inspired to bring one back to Ashland, to honor and heal the ancestral wounds of the natives. They've been here for thousands of years, especially here in Ashland. We're standing in an indigenous ground, and what they have gone through here, and the Chinese laborers here got chased out and killed throughout as they left Oregon. I just want to bring the peace flame to Ashland, to honor them, and to heal throughout history the suffering. Because without healing, there's no peace. And I really understand that. And so the World Peace Flame is the destination of the Oregon Peace Trail. And it is very meaningful that the flame that everyone come to visit can really put their hopes and dreams and healing, prayers, and then we can walk in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene and David. And now, in the spirit of both joy and gratitude, each week we take an offering to support the mission and the work of our congregation. Your generosity provides the vast majority of the financial support for the programs, services, outreach, and staffing of our congregation. Your giving is immediately put to work, putting our principles into action in our community and beyond. If you are joining us online, you will soon see instructions for giving on your screen. If you are in the Great Hall, you can place your gift in the offering baskets we will soon pass, or use the QR code on the back of the order of worship to give electronically. If you need support, please contact our caring team using the form on rvuuf.org. They will get back to you as soon as possible to find out more. We will now give and receive our morning offering. Thank you for your generosity.
Before our final hymn this morning, I'd like to remind everyone that there is a very important meeting next Sunday after the service. It is about our financial situation. And if you did not get one already, please make sure after the service you get a one-sheet, double-sided fact sheet that will give you information about what the voting will be on at that meeting. Thank you. So our last song today is going to be in your gray hymnal, number 108. Please rise and body your spirit, and we will sing My Life Flows On in Endless Song. Was written long after the first two, and it was written in response during the period of the McCarthy era. We extinguish our chalice with the words of Sam Trumbore. Every week, we gather in this beautiful space to find peace. Each week, words and music offer and celebrate peace with the hope of instilling it in us. Now, take the peace you have found here back out into the world with you. Renewed in our faith and inspired to act, let us be the peacemakers the world aches for. And by being peacemakers, let us find the peace we long for. Go in peace, make peace, be at peace. I like the fact that it refused to go out, that peace candle. Please stand and join me. For we shall